Hey everyone, it's Mary. Welcome back to my channel and thank you guys so much for being here today. I know I've been absent for a while, so before I jump into my channel today, I want to apologize to you guys because I haven't really recorded much in the month of December. That has been due to health issues and also some other personal issues going on, but my doctor originally thought that maybe my cancer had returned. We now think that is not the case, that it's probably something just with my gallbladder. So we're fighting the insurance company right now to see if I can get in for some additional testing, but they do not think it's my cancer coming back, so that's good news. And then the second thing is that just from a perspective, like a personal perspective, I actually decided to try to buy a house, which I know sounds crazy, but I'll do a whole other video about that later on. Basically, I'm trying to buy a house. I was pre-approved, I picked a home, made an offer was accepted. We had the home inspection, the appraisal, and so now it is the final stages of approval. So if you are the praying type, or if you just want to send some like happy thoughts into the universe, that's great. But if everything goes well and I get my final approval, I should be a homeowner by the end of January. So, and if not, that's okay. I figure it's in God's hands and He will make the choice. But in the meantime, it has been very busy and I've only read like 4 books. I'm on my 5th book for the month of December. That's crazy because I usually read that many in a week, but I just haven't had time to read and I haven't felt well. I've done a lot of sleeping and a lot of pain meds this month. So unfortunately, not a whole lot to talk about in the book perspective, and that's okay. So today I want to talk about my 2021 channel goals and reading goals because I love this switch to reading and books that I've done. And I know that some people have dropped off as followers because they're a little upset that I'm doing, content that's not weight loss or cancer related. I get that, but I'm really enjoying this switch and I hope you are too. So thank you to everyone who's joined recently. And I've really enjoying getting to know everybody else in the BookTube world and I love it. So let's talk about my goals for 2021 because 2021 is going to be here in just a few days. So my first goal for my channel is I want to work on creating more of a community surrounding my channel. That means commenting more on other people's videos. I watch everyone else's videos on BookTube, well, not everybody, but all the ones that I follow because they also read romance. And I watch the videos, but I don't tend to comment, which is really sad because I should be commenting more. And I feel like I don't have a dialogue very much with other people in the community. I just give them a thumbs up and watch the video and move on. Well, part of being part of a community is becoming friends, right? And getting to know each other. And so one of my big goals is to concentrate on commenting and talking to other people's videos. And then part 2 of that is I want to be more active on like my Instagram with BookTube content on Instagram. Like I guess they call it Bookstagram over there. Again, to create a community surrounding books. And then I created a Discord. So if you're interested, I have a link below in my description where I have all my other information, and I did create a Discord because there's a lot of people on here with Discords. I created one and if you have one and want to leave me a link to yours, leave me a link. I just think that the whole idea of being part of the BookTube community is being a community, and I need to put more effort into being a part of that community and seeing if I can make some other nerdy bookish friends to be friends with because I don't have any nerdy bookish friends in real life. So okay, my second goal is that I want to use my channel to support up-and-coming authors or indie authors. And one of the reasons why this is a goal is because, especially in the romance BookTube world, there's like some books and authors that everybody talks about, right? Like everybody talks about Eloise James and Penelope Douglas and I don't know, name a few, but there's like, you can go watch and there's people are reading the same books and talking about the same content. And I understand that, especially if there's a new book that's been released, everybody's talking about the new release. Like I get it, that makes sense. But I really want to try to mix it up and not only just talk about those, but who are some up and coming authors that no one really talks about, or who are some indie authors that aren't going to get any publicity or promotion otherwise. So I really want to try to support more indie authors, and I want to try to do book reviews for their books and even maybe some interviews with them if necessary. And I actually have where I'm going to be accepting reviews. Like if you want to send me in a book to review, I've got it down in my description. Send me in one of your books. I'm happy to read it and possibly put it on my channel and talk about it. I do have some guidelines because obviously I like to read romance and Christian fiction. So if you send me like a murder mystery, I'm probably not going to be that into it. But if it's something that I like to read, I would love to give it a chance, because nowadays it's so hard to break out, especially as an indie author, that I would like to be able to support those who are trying. And then my last goal is just on the kind of content that I'm doing. So I want to try to post 3 times per week, and I want it to be good quality content. Right now I've been doing mostly wrap-ups and tags, and I love tags and doing wrap-ups, but there are other kinds of content I should be doing, right? Like, what are some recommendation videos? What about more book reviews? What about, I don't know, just something that's more like quality content for other people that would be more helpful than just doing tags. Because I'm not saying I won't do tags, because I love them. I'll probably still do like a tag each week, but not only just doing a tag, I want to have like a tag video, but then 2 other videos that are quality content that you can actually use and work with. I don't know that I'm going to do as much AuthorTube content next year, because as much as I love writing, I really love doing the BookTube content. So I might do some AuthorTube content, but I'm going to do primarily BookTube content. So those are my 3 main goals for the actual channel goals. I don't care so much about like how many views and how many subscribers, because I feel like if you have quality content, that comes with your content. I don't have to go chasing people to get them to follow my channel. If you're not interested, you're not interested. So I'm not worried about that. It was more so things that are actually tangible that I can work on, like creating a community. So what are my reading goals? So my reading goals for the year are to read 100 books in the year, which should be pretty easy to do, but there are months where I read less. So obviously, like December, I read only 4 books. I can honestly say that last summer, when I first started my new job, I had an hour drive to work, an hour drive home from work, and then I had all the other stuff so like, I think I read maybe 2 books in the month of August, like maybe 2, and I didn't read very many in July either. So there are months where like I can read 20 books, and there are months where I'll read like, I can count them on one hand. So I think 100 books for the year is a pretty reasonable goal that I should be able to achieve. So that should be pretty easy. I also want to try putting more reviews on my Goodreads and my Amazon, because a lot of times I'll read a book and I can't remember if I liked it or not. And I have a really bad habit of not leaving a review on Goodreads. In fact, I honestly have not touched my Goodreads I can't even tell you the last time I've touched my Goodreads. So I probably need to take some time to get back on the Goodreads community and just clean up that whole profile. And then the third goal I have for myself as a reader is to be more mindful of what I'm reading. So last year, I just kind of experimented with what I was reading. I read more violent books. I wasn't really paying attention to like the sexual content in the books. I was just reading books to read books as they were recommended to me, but I don't like going down that road. So I need to do a little bit more questioning, like, is this really something I should be reading? Is this going to be a little bit too far off the beaten path? Is this going to enlighten my day at all? Like, if I'm reading about a bunch of people getting murdered, like, I don't know, that's not really so good for your mental state. And so I think I want to be more mindful about what I'm reading. Is what I'm reading really good for me to read, or should I be looking for another book? So those are my reading goals for the year. So I would love to hear, what are your channel goals, reading goals, whatever, for 2021. I know 2020 was such a weird year, and a lot of people have actually said they've read more books in 2020 than they had in several years prior, because there was so much more time to read. So I'm just anxious to see if you have any particular goals for next year. And if you do, leave them on below in the comment section, and let's chat about what 2021 is going to look like. All right, guys, I'll talk to you later. Bye.